Welcome to another edition of Question and Answer with the Criminal Defense Attorney. I'm Mark Solomon, a defense attorney in Denver, Colorado, and today's question is about point suspensions. But before we get to that, don't forget to click like if you're enjoying this video, and if you're enjoying all these question and answer videos, click subscribe with a little bell next to it to be notified of future videos. Let's get to the question. So, a point suspension. This is where you have accumulated enough points on your driver's license in the state of Colorado to where the state will be suspending your license. Let's take a look at the statute about that. So, 42.2.127, it's the authority to suspend licenses based on the accumulation of points. So when you look at this subsection 1A, I've just done some highlighting and noted it that it's broken into three basic age ranges. In other words, if you're 21 or older, you can have 12 points on your license before you get when you get 12 points on your license, you will get a point suspension if that's within 12 months. If it's within 2 years, 18 points will cause a point suspension. That's for most drivers. If you're 18 but below, if you're at least 18 but below 21, it's a little bit more restrictive, and there you can only get 12 points within any 24 months and as low as 9 points for 9 points. 9 points if it's between 18 and 20. And then if you're under 18, if you're an actual minor driver, you can only get 5 points before you get a license suspension, and 6 within the time period between when you're first licensed and when you turn 18. You'll get a point suspension. Let's look at that in a little bit easier to read format. Okay, so 21 or older, when you get 12 points within 12 months, that's a license suspension, or 18 points within 2 years. If you're under 21, 9 points within 12 months, or 12 points in 24 months. And if you're under 18, 5 points in one 12-month period, or 6 points before you turn 18, you will get a license suspension. Now, there's an interesting thing that I would love to show you, which is that right here, the time periods provided in that section are based on the date of the violation, but the points aren't assessed until after there's a conviction. So often I will get calls from people saying, I need you to stretch this out for months and months and months until all those other points are off my record, and then I can get whatever points because I haven't had anything in almost 2 years. My response to that is, don't hire me because you want me to stretch this out. These are based on the date of the violation, not the date of the conviction. The points don't go on until there's a conviction, if there's a conviction. But just stretching this out 10 years, they'll go back and look at a 12-month period and then a 24-month period. The computer does this at the Department of Revenue, and as soon as it gets noticed that there's a conviction, points are assessed based on the same statute. And here, I'll go ahead and show you a brief glimpse of that. So in other words, all of these types of offenses are given point offenses, every single one of them. So in other words, when the Department of Revenue receives notice of the conviction, they assess the statutory number of points. And that's important because if you go to, if you have a traffic trial and a traffic infraction and the magistrate, referee, or judge finds you guilty, they can't do anything about the number of points. They literally have nothing to do with the number of points. All they do is find guilt or not and assess fines based on the statute, and the points are assessed at the Department of Revenue. So that is the question and answer for today. If you would like your own question for future videos, don't forget you can put them in the comments below. Email me or tag me on Twitter. And as always, you have a right to remain silent. If a police officer asks you questions about what you have, what you know, where you've been, or anything, you have a right to say, I don't want to talk to you. And if they persist, I want a lawyer.